Winston, a handoff. This is Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Watch a slap. Watch a slap. Watch a slap. 94 is the mark. 94 is the mark.
From the gun, Winston. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big 30-yard play on 3rd.
Ready? 125.
The carry here for the big tight end. Dante Fowler in on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 39, Winston under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The defensive player of the year, Aaron Donald. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. And now the Rams are going to halt things as they want a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 13. Now the 3rd leading rusher in the NFL last year, Todd Gurley. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 14-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Hey, let's get in that hole. Super. Hey, Alpha. 53 is the mic. Double dog. That's the way. Joker. Check that. Hardball. We're good. We're good.
That's going to set him back 5 yards.
We go tonight. 180. Number 53. Mike 53. Check tight end. Check tight. Obama. 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 Check. 53's Mike. Check. 53. Merlin. Merlin. Watch the curl. Watch the curl. Check. Curl. What's up?
To throw on second down is gone. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Even.
Working out of the gun, Winston. Flush to his right. And that will be incomplete.
I think you put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender. But you also have to give your own guy a chance, too.
So on 4th down, on comes the Buccaneer kicker, Matt Gay. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. And it bangs off the left upright and deflects away. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that hollow metal sound is the bane of any kicker's existence. And here, that sound is going to keep our game scoreless.
And you can see him give that body English as the ball was in the air. Come on, baby, come on. But no dice that time.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
Well, how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Here we go. 120. 53. Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home. Bang, 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 bang. Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it. Slam, slam, slam. Check your hot read.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd and 13.
Cut. 180. Mike. 17. 17. 17. Tiger, tiger. You. Hey, Zoo. SOS.
3rd and long. It's gone. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. Now we see a man who got a workout in last year's Super Bowl, Johnny Hecker, on to punt for the Rams. And an update from a game going on out in Denver. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they were in field goal range the last time out but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. From the shotgun to give to Jones. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. We're scoreless after 1. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the 1st down. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Jameis to throw it. Airing this one out for Evans. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Line of scrimmage, the 31, as they line up 2nd and 10. Here's Winston. It's caught by Mike Evans. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. A couple of 1st downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. They go back to the ground with Jones. And the running lane's non-existent in this 1st half as they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 42-yard line.
Easy. 58, Mike. Rip left. 58.
On 2nd and 11 now. Winston. That is caught by the former Gator Antonio Callaway. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 42.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Watch twist. Hey, stop. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
They just do get the play off. Now Winston. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage. Especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he still has yet to get on track in this 1st half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Green, come and see.
Oh, this may be a free play for Winston. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. And they still need 6 yards here on 3rd down after the penalty. Winston now. He sets up the screen to Jones. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. 5 yards on the screen, but that'll take us to 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And Gay knocks this one through. And the Bucs take a 3-0 lead. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. This is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
Carl Nassib there on the tackle.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Check. Kill. 17.
Goff turns and gives to Gurley. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down LA. So many questions about Todd Gurley in the offseason. How good is the knee? I mean, remember, he had a heavy workload the last couple years, nearly 4,000 yards from scrimmage, 40 total touchdowns, but just 4 carries in the NFC Championship game, 10 in the Super Bowl. So we'll see what kind of usage he gets this season.
Tighten up. Switch. 6 guys. Chester.
Goff on the draw play to Henderson. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up second down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes.
Hold on. Check. Check 49. Check 3.
They'll try the air now with Goff. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 40. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
53. Check 53. Who that? Save. Check 5. What's that?
Out of the gun, Goff. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Rush in. Hey, lift.
Goff. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long.
Go. 53's mine. Check 53's mine. You can't block me. You can't block Obama. Big dash. Turbo's up.
From the gun, here's Goff. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number one. Here's Johnny Hacker now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. This is fielded inside the 5. 12 yards on the return that time, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. You're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know we all have that little extra gene that says let's push the envelope a little bit, right? What needs to be going through the play caller's mind right now, a potential fumbled snap that can get returned, a strip sack that can get returned, right? Any of those types of plays, that should be a deterrent to calling something that could get you in big trouble.
24 is the mic. Check pass.
Throwing again on second down. Winston. He completes it to Evans. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Jameis now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10.
24 is the mic. Down to lose one.
Throwing, Winston. And this one caught by Cameron Brain. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A very solid gain of 27. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Easy. Green, 17. Even.
Jameis again. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to let this go deep. Back over the middle. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This from 54 yards away. And that one will be no good. He never had it on line. It's well wide to the left. So we've reached halftime. All we have to show for the first half, a lone field goal. 3-0 our score. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Here's Jonathan Coachman. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally, because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Now they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Check 43. Check. I got him. Back to mine. I got him.
Second down, it's Henderson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. I don't think Gurley got there. Looks like the defense held him back. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Bucs are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to.
And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. Samson Abuka coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Jones. And he's able to get him a small cushion before being taken down at the 5, a gain of 3.
All right, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up, back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter, because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone, so they could use something here on 3rd down. Now Winston. And Jameis is going to go down in the end zone, and that is going to be a safety. So maybe the defense will have to kickstart the offense here. The first points of the game comes from that defensive unit.
Yeah, sometimes you get together and you say, hey, maybe it's on us today. We have to go out and force the issue and make a play and get everyone else going.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
2nd and 1 at the 27-yard line.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard.
Game situation. Let's go. Watch the safety creep. Slam, slam, slam. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Motion, motion, motion.
Another carry now for Gurley. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship.
Henderson now on 1st and 10. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Hey, Haywood.
Here's Gall. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Let's go, deep, tighten up. Shift. Check the backer, Mike, 50.
Again they run with Gurley. Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. Touchdown, LA. Todd Gurley, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Rams have taken the lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Now Goff will lead the Rams up to go for 2.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. Under 10. 10. Check 52.
They'll try and run it with Gurley. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. And he got it on the touchdown run, but he won't get in here. He'll be stopped short, and they'll come up empty on the try for 2. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. A first down throw for Winston. This complete to Jones. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough.
Easy. 58, right over there, flip it. 58, right there. Man.
To throw again on 2nd down. Winston into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Corey Littleton. And the return will stop right around the 25.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
We go tonight. White 20. Come on, D. Value 1. Shift. Watch the shift. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, tonight.
They'll run on first down. Henderson. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Break cut. 120. 54 Mike. All day, every day, any day. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. 5. Crunch. Hey, 76. 76. 76. 15. Check 15. Turbo set. Wide. Get wide. Jack. Joker.
Back to the ground, this time with Gurley. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. Three quarters have come and gone. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Los Angeles. It's the Rams out in front here. They've got control of the football as well as we get set for the fourth quarter. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Check 99. Check 99. Check 31. Check 31. Check 3. Check 3. Watch twist. 2 for 1. 6. I got motion.
They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Check out route. Hot. Check 24. DC. Check.
On 3rd down, they'll run it with Gurley. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one. They come out here in the I. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. On the keeper, here's Goff. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Jared Goff, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Rams use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. And it's going to make our score 15-3. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. 17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer first down. One play has him up past the 40 already and another 1st and 10. To throw is Winston. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Ready? Blue way. Come on, let's go. They can't hang with us. Easy. Go now. 24 is the mic. Man out. 24 is the mic. Target. 24 is the mic. Watch the run. 24 is the mic. Night, sweetheart.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Winston flushed out right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Mikel Roby-Coleman. Well, down 2 scores in the 4th quarter. It maybe wasn't quite desperation time, but it was getting close. And that interception there on the deep ball, that probably slams the door on their chances.
And maybe that was the thought process, that it wasn't quite desperation time. So now you take the shot before they're going to lay back any farther on defense. Go ahead and throw it downfield. Unfortunately, it didn't work.
Bang. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Slam. Hey, kill. Go, 12, let's go. SOS. Mike.
They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Hey, 5. Watch the twins. Shit.
Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Rams on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 8.
He's checking. Switch. Hey, alert 3. Watch twins.
Goff going to hand it to Gurley. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to be their 2nd. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, and if finally kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. They'll come out in a 4-receiver look. 3 men to the right side on 2nd and 6. Winston. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And that one results in 35 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Jameis now on 1st down. He finds his target. It's Evans. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer 1st down. Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. They'll throw again. Winston. He's going to be sacked. Back at the 23-yard line. The defensive player of the year, Aaron Donald. And it'll be a 2nd and long.
58, boys, 58, 58, Mike. I'm coming. Out. Hey, 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Winston eluding the pressure right. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
23, 17. You mine. 24 is the mic. Echo. 24 is the mic. Come on, boy. Come on, boy. You better be ready. Let's go.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And that one is knocked down, but I don't think it's going to matter. The defense looked like they jumped. So that one will be accepted. And the penalty helps, but not a whole lot. It's still 3rd and long.
Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island. Watch it. Flip it. I got him. Follow. Kiss. 24 is the mic. I got him. 24 is the mic.
From the gun, Winston. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Wait. Let's convert. Under pressure.
Winston to throw for it on 4th. And no, it's incomplete. The veteran Eric Weddle there to break that one up. So now with a 2-minute warning coming up fast, that puts a mammoth dent in their comeback hopes.
I like how you phrased it. It's a dent because there's still opportunity. They've got to get the ball back on defense, obviously twice. But guess what? This thing is not close to being over. They need to go ahead and play it out.
Not over. As you said, 2-score game still.
Kill. Turn up. Whoa. Switch. Shut down. Motion. Check. Shift.
They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Charles, defensively, 1 timeout left. Do you use it here, or do you let it roll to the 2-minute warning?
I would use it here because you're going to get the 2-minute warning stoppage as well. And then that means you have to snap the ball again. Something could happen. Something could go awry. You could get the ball back. I wouldn't let it run.
Now a signal and a timeout here on the defensive side of the ball. So they want to stop it with 1 second to go prior to the 2-minute warning. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning.
Value three. 49, check 49, check 49.
Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. He finds an opening past the 40. He's at the 40. 20, 10, touchdown LA. Todd Gurley with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And Brake, the tight end's got it. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, and the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it's becoming increasingly clear now that the Rams are going to win this football game.
We go, Todd. 180. Team showed up. Say. Check 37. Check 37. Slam. Rush in. Rush Hooper. Rush in. He's coming. We're good. Motion.
Here comes a 20th carry for Gurley. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10.
I got you. Check three. Jim. 2 for 1. Go. Hey, check 24.
Throwing now, Goff. And that one drops to the ground, incomplete. Clock stops here just inside of 20 seconds, 19 left. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
From the pistol, it's Gurley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.